My experience was wonderful. Probably better than I could have expected or imagined, truly. Sometimes you don't really know what to expect, and my situation was so last minute that I really didn't know what to expect. But having done so much research beforehand into other training centers, like I think my expectations were exceeded for sure. So yeah, it was solid 10.
Nice. Excellent. What is the one thing that you feel you benefited the most from the training?
Yeah, definitely the hands-on teaching. From like, what was it, day 2 or something, we were already teaching, we were already doing our practice teaching. And again, I had researched a million teacher trainings and I didn't see nearly as much emphasis on like hands-on practice teaching as what Hari OM does. And for me, that's what made all the difference, because truly you can think that you can teach by just learning about what a good teacher is, but like unless you're actually doing it, you have no idea, because it's a completely different world. So the amount of hands-on teaching is like so vital, I think, to feeling confident.
Awesome.
I do feel pretty confident now.
Nice, good,
Yeah.
excellent. How would you rate the expertise of the instructors?
Yeah, you guys know your stuff. The instructors, Matea and Nishuta, are phenomenal. You guys have been a wealth of knowledge. Fatima and I speak a lot about how just invaluable it is to have you guys as resources to ask questions and bounce ideas off of, because you guys have been doing this for so long. It's amazing. Yeah, whether it's the philosophy or the actual asana practice or any component of the teaching, the Ayurveda, you guys have always had so much knowledge to share, and you've always answered any questions that I've had, and yeah, it's very impressive. Yeah, after my 60-minute exam, the practice teaching, I feel like I can't call it practice teaching, because for me, I taught a class. I taught a 60-minute class. It didn't feel like practice. And after that, I feel like I could absolutely teach. I could teach today if I wanted. I really feel like I could.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so the Ayurveda component was one of the main reasons I actually chose Hari OM. I've always been fascinated in it, and I know the benefits of it, and I know how well it integrates with yoga. And so the fact that you could do both simultaneously, I think every yoga teacher training should also do Ayurveda. So I think for me, it was like a huge reason why I wanted to do it, and I'm so glad I did, because I just think it's going to make such a difference in my life, and even my students' lives, to share the Ayurveda with them, because there's so much that yoga, asanas can help a person with, but if you add Ayurvedic knowledge on top of that, like, you're going to be winning at life.
Nice. What would you say to someone who's contemplating taking the Hari OM teacher training?
Yes, do it.
Excellent.
Do it, for sure. The thing is, and I've mentioned this before, but I made spreadsheets. I Googled so many yoga teacher trainings. I made spreadsheets separating them by what kind of yoga styles they teach, what the schedules are like, blah, 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 blah. Prices, this, that. And I just think Hari OM covers it all. It's like, what this program had this, but it didn't have this, and this one had this, but it didn't have this, but Hari OM has everything. It has everything that I was looking for, and I think if I had friends, yogi friends, who were wanting to take yoga teacher training, I would absolutely send them here, because they have everything. If you're looking and you've been researching and Googling for 2 weeks straight and making spreadsheets, stop and go to Hari OM because it's got everything.
But do you think you got the value for the price that you paid?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is another thing that I think a lot of young, or I guess age doesn't matter, but a lot of yogis might not be super, in a place where financially they can just afford really expensive trainings, like the ones in Bali and this and that. And then there's the really cheap ones in India that are quite appealing because they're so affordable. And for me, that's kind of the route that I thought I was going. Like, I didn't have a big budget for yoga teacher training at all. And at the same time, I kept thinking, why are some of these courses so cheap? Like, are you getting your money's worth? And I think with something like a training, you get what you pay for. And if you want to go the cheaper route, that's fair, but also there's going to be giant class sizes. You don't get as much one-on-one attention. Like, you get what you pay for. And I think the value was for sure met here because I feel like I got so much hands-on training. I got so much out of it. I got the Ayurveda, I got the yoga, there's the Wellness Entrepreneur course, which is so helpful. And I think all of that is pretty invaluable. So for the price you pay, I think it's absolutely worth it. And I think you're worth investing in yourself. So if it's something you want to take seriously, if you want to become a yoga teacher and it's something that's very important to you, invest in yourself, because going with a high quality course like Hari OM, it makes all the difference, I think. Because what's the point of taking one of the cheap teacher trainings if you graduate and you don't feel nowhere near ready to actually teach? Then what, you have to pay for another one, and it's like, well, you could have just invested in one comprehensive teacher training.
Nice. How much did your personal practice improve from the daily practice and the meditation with that?
Oh Lord, night and day. It's funny because I truly feel like yoga teacher training actually makes you feel like you're the worst yogi in the world, in a sense, because you kind of break yourself down to the fundamentals, and then you realize in your own practice, oh my gosh, like I haven't been doing that right, and like we learned so much alignment that I truly, even after practicing for years, didn't know. So there was a point where I'm like, what am I doing? I'm so bad at yoga. But then as you learn all the alignment and the fundamentals, your own practice just like, it completely benefits and gets so much better. And I just, even at night when I do my own little flows, I'm like, wow, what a difference. And like props especially, like I didn't used to use a lot of props before because it's like, I'm flexible, I don't need a block. But now it's like, yeah, but to get that proper alignment, use a block. There's nothing wrong with it. And so my practice has benefited so much. Even just the asana labs too. The asana labs have been amazing because there's poses that, again, I thought I was doing correct, but I wasn't. Or, yeah, it's been good.
Beautiful. Excellent. One last question. Do you feel you acquired enough information and training to become a wellness professional?
Yeah. I mean, again, I feel like in 21 days, you can kind of barely scratch the surface of anything. But I do feel strangely confident to get my foot in the door of the wellness world and to start helping people. I feel like most people who want to teach yoga or study Ayurveda do it for a very similar reason. You want to help people. Like, I know how much yoga has helped me. I know how much Ayurveda has helped me. And I want to share that with people. And having the knowledge that we got here has made me a lot more confident to help people because I feel like I have a bit more credibility now. A lot of friends and family used to ask me for help with their yoga practice or for dietary tips or lifestyle tips. And I always felt a little bit bad giving them advice because I just felt like I didn't really have the proper training or teaching to give someone advice, especially to do with their body, because it's like, I'm not a professional, I don't want to say something wrong, but I feel like now I actually know enough to feel confident in helping someone with their own yoga practice or with their own lifestyle habits.
Amazing. Thank you so much. You were truly wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
We really appreciate that you came and you had such a great time. You were amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys. You guys made all the difference. Couldn't have done it without you.
Awesome.